Closing arguments are underway in the historic hush money trial of former President Donald Trump. North America Bureau Chief Jade McMillan joins us from outside court in New York City. Jade, good morning to you. So what have we heard in these closing submissions so far?
Well, the defence had to go first, Lisa. That means that the prosecution gets the final say before the jury. That has angered Donald Trump. He argues that it's unfair to him, but it is standard for a criminal trial like this in New York City. Donald Trump's lawyers told the court that the prosecution hadn't proved its case, hadn't proved these 34 counts of falsifying business records, and they quickly zeroed in on the prosecution's star witness, Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former lawyer and fixer, whose testimony has really been critical to the allegations that Donald Trump falsified those records to cover up a payment to porn star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election to stop her from going public about a sexual encounter she claims they had and which Donald Trump denies. Now, Mr. Trump's lawyer argued that Michael Cohen can't be trusted, that he has previously admitted to lying under oath. He adapted a sporting reference to argue that Michael Cohen was the GLOAT, the greatest liar of all time. The prosecution then tried to push back against that. It acknowledged Michael Cohen's past dishonesty, but insisted that his testimony in this case was reliable. It said that this case at its core was one of conspiracy and cover-up, and that the jury had been presented with powerful evidence, it said, of Mr. Trump's guilt.
And Jay,
when Trump ran in 2016, it was like a joke. This buffoon running for president. No, never could happen. We'd forgotten the lessons of history that showed us other clowns who weren't taken seriously until they became vicious dictators. With Trump, we have a second chance. And no one is laughing now.
After months of saying that politics had nothing to do with this trial, they showed up and made a campaign event out of a Lower Manhattan trial day for President Trump. In fact, Biden's cronies had a printed out campaign sign saying Biden-Harris. So why the change?
Apologies for that. That played a little earlier than was meant to, but that was the actor Robert De Niro and then one of Donald Trump's campaign advisors. That's a bit of a taste of what the mood outside court has been like today. Robert De Niro was here to argue that Donald Trump shouldn't be re-elected. He was sent by Joe Biden's campaign, and that's really significant because Joe Biden has previously refrained from publicly weighing into this case. But today his campaign sent the Hollywood actor and two of the police officers who defended the US Capitol on January 6th, sent them down to court to hold a press conference and argue that this case shows that Donald Trump shouldn't be re-elected in November. Robert De Niro was heckled by some of Donald Trump's supporters. He was accused of being a traitor and some other terms that I won't repeat here. And then Donald Trump's campaign held a press conference immediately after that to rebut those arguments and question why the Biden campaign had intervened in this way. So it was a pretty tense and somewhat chaotic moment outside court, but it feels as though tensions have ramped up a notch given how close we could now be to a verdict being reached.